All right, what is up everybody? Today we're going to go through the Peavey Supreme and the Peavey Supreme XL. Let's check this stuff out. What is up everybody? All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this amp selector and we're going to switch between these two and find out if there is one that is better than the other, or what kind of differences we can find with them. If you see this amp selector at 10 o'clock, then it's going to be on the Peavey Supreme. If we see it at 2, then we're going to be on the XL here. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with this. I played with both of these a little bit, and I'm really impressed with how these sound. You know, I'm a tube guy, got a bunch of tube amps, and these have not let me down. Even pumping them pretty loud, I was very impressed with them. I can say right off the bat that this XL probably has a lot more low end to it. It also has a switch in the back that you can go loose, medium, and tight. Something like that. All right, so let's go ahead and hear what these things sound like. We're gonna be on the Supreme up top here, so let's check it out. All right, let's go over to the XL. Okay, right off the bat here, this one sounds like the mids are just kind of really cut back on it. So these are at noon for both of the channels here. I already like this one a little bit more just because it has more thump to it and has more push. For the Transtube on this, I do have this pushed all the way. We can actually cut that back and see what the difference is between that. So let's go ahead and put that back to 50. All right, let's go 100. All right, so it makes it sound a little more alive, I guess you could say. It's almost like a presence button or a presence knob. Right now, we have the resonance unengaged. So we'll engage that in just a little bit here. So let's go back to the XL. All right, let's EQ this a little bit. Let's see if we can get it back to where we'd like it. So the edge is a little sharp for me. Cut that back. The body, that back, forward. Probably bring the edge back a little bit more. All right, go back to the Peavey Supreme. Back to the XL. You know what? This reminds me of Hypocrisy. The tone that they get, that just really like Mesa sounding, like top end crunch. That's what this thing sounds like. And I'll bet you, you know, I actually have a triple X and these knobs look just like it. I would bet that this is actually kind of modeled after the triple X be a solid state. So let's go ahead and go back over to the knobs here. Right now we had it on British. So this is the lowest gain of the channels on this one. So we're gonna go to modern. Ah, there's the punch. Now that sounds cool. Let's go back to the Peavey Supreme up here. Okay, so now I'd want to cut the mids back on this guy a little bit. Let's go ahead and, let's see, add some lows to it. Maybe a little bit of highs. All right, that sounds cool. Okay, let's actually put some body back into it. Just probably the mid. There we go. All right, go back to the Peavey on top. Okay, I can already tell that this one up here is just a lot more mid-forward, which is probably better for a live situation. And this kind of has that, doesn't fit in the mix all that well whenever you're playing live. So I'd be a little more skeptical of this, but let's play around with it a little bit more. Actually, right now we're on the XL. Now we're doing the Ultra channel. Okay, now this actually sounds more like the Peavey Supreme up here. All right, I can already tell that if you're more of a 5150 guy, I would go for this guy. But if I was more of a XXX kind of guy, I would definitely go for this guy. And it's, you know, it's preference, you know, like what kind of sound are you going for? Between these two, I mean, they're both killer. Let's go ahead and engage some of the other switches here on this before we move on. So we're gonna go back to the Peavey here, and we're gonna add the gain button here. All right, let's see what that does. That sounds awesome. I actually have the gain here at 7, and that works for me. That's what I found after playing with this, is my midway between it. And I can engage this gain button and let it go and still be happy with it. So without it engaged. And I think that would translate very well live. So if you're pumping this hard and loud, depending on your speakers, of course, then I think this would sound awesome. And then, you know, if you want to go into a lead, sounds great there too. All right, so let's go ahead and engage the Thrash button. This is promising. Oh, dude, that's totally ride the lightning right there. I see that it actually cuts the mids on this one. So this is definitely a thrash mode. Play with the EQ a little bit. Awesome. That's a really awesome thrash mode. All right, so let's go back to the XL, and let's see what kind of thrash stuff we can get out of this one. All right, guys, that's it for it. I'm gonna go through mix down of this and kind of show you guys what it sounds like in the mix. DMD out.